He wanted less involvement of the provinces. That's why another piece of history, Doctor, that nobody seems to know about is that when we started the process of getting the charter, it was a 17-month negotiation, and over halfway through, the Prime Minister of Canada left the table and said, "You're too difficult to deal with, even though it's a federal state. You know, powers in the provinces, powers in the..." Here's where it's all gone wrong. And so he left the table and unilaterally passed his own bill to patriate the Constitution and have his own version of the charter. And he went to his own friends in the Supreme Court who turned him down. What he was doing was viewed unconstitutional on September 28th, 1981. Then he came back to the table and we got the deal we have now. So he didn't get his charter. His charter was amended by us because we're in a federal state. And the court ruled you cannot do this because you're impacting upon other units of the Confederation which have legitimate power. And so he had to come back to the table, and then we negotiated what became. For example, when you look at the Charter Rights and Freedoms now in that parchment piece that people see where they go into the Government Canada sites, and I signed a whole bunch of them at a public meeting last night. There was only one name on that charter, Pierre-Éliott Trudeau's. That's unconstitutional. All of the names of the First Ministers need to be on that charter in order for it to be legitimate, because it took all the First Ministers, except Quebec, who wouldn't agree, but all the rest did. There were 9 provinces and the federal government that signed off on that charter, that signed off on that Constitution Act 1982. So there's just this insidious thing going on for 4 or 5 decades, whereby everybody thinks it's Trudeau's charter. Trudeau's charter got defeated by his own court. It was the charter of the provinces and the federal government together that got approved. That's a really important piece of history, which gives an important backdrop